support a lot of conferences, seminars, and workshops in way of grants and other things. And basically, the Expose Academy. One more thing is we want to expose academia to the DRDO's defense technologies for the next generation technologies, but academia's help will definitely make it feasible to realize cutting edge low TRL level technologies as a next generation products. So basically, to make it more thrust, the DRDO has set up one Director General cluster, basically as a corporate DG cluster where for technology management, where it has 4 verticals. Particularly, one is the extramural research, which we are calling as ER and IPR. Basically, the academic it directly interacts with academic institutes based on their proposals. It will be a single point contact for all labs, and it will be able to get the grant. The academic institutes get the grants based on the approvals from the labs. And as I told, the Technology Development Fund, basically we have MOD and Minister of Defense and DRDO set up basically to encourage industry to take up R&D problems. In this case, the not only industry, even startups and other even small academic institutes also can take up where the problems are posed by DRDO. Where in fact these are all more problems where the industry, with minimal efforts, with the help of DRDO, it can take up, and the funding up to 10 crores each project is funded, and maximum 90% definitely is DRDO will fund. But in case some cases like startups and all will be our academic institutes, we can give 100% also. And there is one more the Department of Science and Technology, IMPRIT, I think, which will be able to. And we have there are different research boards. Particularly, DRDO has set up basically to engage academic institutes in different verticals of aeronautical research, ARDB or Armament Research Board, Life Sciences and Naval Research Board. We have the specific funding, and they can directly give the projects to the academic institutes or scientific institutions where the specific problems identified can be directly given through these boards. And there is one more thing that futuristic technology, DFTM, we are calling as another directorate, where we have set up centers of excellence in different centers all over India in different academic issues with respect to different core expertise, which I will be covering in the next slides. So basically, the Armament Research and Development Board, which we are calling as ARNDB, basically here we are looking at projects for basic and directed research to academia and other research institutes useful for aeronautics and missile systems, and the grant in aid. Directly we will be able to give the grant in aid to the engaged academic institute. And particularly here there is a composition of the R&D board with Secretary Defense R&D as chairman and other stakeholders, and a lot of these committees and technical committees are there, where firstly it was the assessing the proposal and also giving recommendations. The major trust areas are basically in this case aeronautical research and development. One is composite airframe and structural health monitoring, particularly for the new the next generation technology, emerging new materials for aerospace, because we are looking at stealth aircrafts and high temperature, the hypersonic missiles and hypersonic glide vehicles, advanced techniques for material characterization, high angle of attack aerodynamics, particularly for the hypersonic cruise missiles and hypersonic glide vehicles, high lift aerodynamics for getting the higher lifts. And these are the proposed technologies to be areas to be worked on: advanced CFD techniques, stealth technologies, unmanned systems, hypersonic R&D, micro and nano manufacturing, and particularly technologies for civil and defense aviation sector. And these are all the different areas where we are looking in our ARNDB board, and where we directly engage with academia and other research institutes with specific funding. Yeah. And another is Armament Research Board, where particularly in the for the armament labs, there are 5 labs particularly working in different armaments. Yeah, armament research and development establishment. They are working on modern technologies. The exposed HEMRL Pune, that is basically working on propellants, and TBRL basically high explosives, and also on the assessment of water assessment, and other two labs. These labs basically here we are looking at the vertical, particularly towards the armament labs. Next, please. And Naval Research Board, basically here another board where we are looking at scientific research related to naval and marine technologies, particularly towards naval applications. And there are 4 laboratories working in this year, and the NMRL Mumbai, Defense Meteorological Research Laboratory Hyderabad. We are working on high strength, basically on the materials, and Naval NPOL Cochin, basically working on sonars and underwater image processing and other things. And NSTL Science and Technology working on torpedoes and other technologies for the torpedo applications. The life sciences basically towards life support systems and biomedical technologies for all environments, air, land, and sea operations, military psychology, cognitive engineering, personal selection, and human adaptation to extreme environment. And in fact, life sciences laboratories have worked extensively during our COVID pandemic. They have supported a lot of COVID products, particularly oxygen generation, or even the PPE kits. So many things they have. In fact, they made the industry to make them. The TOT has been happened to the industry, and they could make those products in volumes. Next, please. And as such, I said, the another vertical which in the technology management DG cluster, where we are looking at setting up the center of excellences, particularly towards cutting edge futuristic applications. Here, the planning of research activities with the perspective of futuristic applications. Basically, here we are looking at. Suppose for example, our missile cluster is working on hypersonic cruise missiles or hypersonic glide vehicles, where we are looking at high temperature materials or stealth technologies, or the the particularly the aerodynamic studies for these hypersonic cruise missiles. I think there we are looking at, we are in fact working with Center of Excellence at Bombay, particularly towards propulsion technologies and other things. Similarly, another basic thing is here we are looking at a basic research in a systematic study to understand scientific phenomena or physical process, and basically for the TRL level 1 to 3 technologies, where we are looking at through this center of excellence, particularly to improve the TRL levels and understanding of the technology and making it a viable technology for futuristic weapons. And similarly, the direct applied research, where the TRL level is at 3 to 5, but we thought maybe I think this can be the further improved to understand the technology and make it as a where DRDO can take further with the help of academic institutes. I think these are all the basically to enhance the knowledge to develop useful materials, devices, systems, or process, where the applied research will be able to take up through the academic institutes for specific applications. And basically, the Center of Excellence is basically to for technology translation to the system in collaborative DRDO labs for the futuristic next generation weapons, where we are looking at, like one is the as I told, hypersonic cruise missiles, are the stealth aircrafts, are the 5th generation aircrafts, like that. So many are the next generation battle tanks, main battle tanks, and all. See, these are things which we are working on, and with this center of excellences. So here the basic how the complete policy has been evolved is basically through the services we get the perspective plans, and with the help of that we'll try to forecast the technologies next 10 to 15 years or 20 years, what type of technologies to be developed for the next generation weapons. And based on that, I think the DRDO various technology clusters will through their research councils and identify the technology areas where we have to work on that so that in coming 5 to 10 years this becomes a mature technology. So for that, I think to the director technology management DG cluster, through the Center of Excellence, we are trying to improve the TRL levels, and that's how this idea has been brought in, where to identify, to work out setting up of Center of Excellence in different academic institutes, which becomes our core, our external arms for developing the cutting edge technology with the help of the academic institutes and by offering as a grant-in-aid projects. So here we identified the directed research areas, particularly in the directed energy weapons, particularly in the high power lasers, microwaves, particle beams, and similarly the electronics wise and more next generation processors, the softwares and the sensors and actuators, next generation devices, antennas, high power devices, VLSI and MEMS, fault tolerant computers, the terahertz systems is which one I think in photonics and all these things. And security, I think now the cyber security is becoming more and more important, particularly because of the proliferation of internet and also critical data being transferred among various agencies. So I think the crypto analysis, algorithms, cyber systems, how to detect the malware and other things, and quantum computing is one thing which is taking up a big leap, particularly in quantum radars or quantum communication or quantum key distribution for secure communications, and stealth materials, particularly for the giving a low RCS cross section for the aircrafts, and also the high temperature materials and other things. So in this thing, we have, as I told, we have set up multiple centers of excellence, particularly if you take the Center of Propulsion Technology at IIT Mumbai, particularly towards propulsion engines, propulsion of hypersonic vehicles, combustion technologies, and morphing wings. I think these are the core areas which are identified as through the Center of Excellence at IIT Mumbai. We are able to take up these areas. Similarly, there is a giant advanced technology center at IIT Delhi, basically working on terahertz technologies, particularly on smart and intelligent textile, basically on this area, and quantum key distribution, photonics. And similarly, there is in Coimbatore this thing, basically the development of biochemical and gas sensors and other areas which I already mentioned in this case. And through IIT Hyderabad, we are working on electronics, microelectronics, and other things, and even the 3D printing technologies and naval systems and naval technologies. And cyber security is another center of excellence we have set up, and Jammu is computational systems and sensors. Similarly, I think in University of Hyderabad, particularly on quantum chemistry and molecular modeling, like this we have set up. So there are multiple center of excellence, the DRDO, funded by the DRDO, and there are the identified project can be funded up to 10 crores in this case. And definitely, I think with the help of the labs identified groups, and with the proposals coming from the Center of Excellence, we will be able to, based on the requirement of DRDO, the funding happens, and the project is closely monitored with a empowered committee, so that the progress and the milestones wise, whether what is the achievement and how the project is progressing, and any mid-course corrections required, and all those, this will be closely monitored for the success of this project. Next, please. So this basically, in a nutshell, I think around 500 crores have been funded through these centers of excellence. In fact, a number of DRDO labs participating are 30, and institutes are 18. In fact, it's not that single center of excellence only to that institute. We are giving to, through that, multiple institutes are being engaged, and around 170 faculties and around researchers were 556, and DRDO scientists also participating in this are more than 150 plus. I think this is how the complete research engagement at centers of excellence happens for DRDO, and in fact, this is the beginning. I think based on the requirements, it definitely gets expanded. So basically, how the key performance indicators how the data research is happening. I think this is what we have to see that the basically to assess the performance, the innovative and the disruptive technology solutions we are getting through these centers of excellence, and try to see that the technology roadmap and also the research vertical is matching with the what is the progress happening through this COE, Center of Excellence, and proper monitoring and reviewing and closely with proper administration. I think we'll be able to make this Center of Excellence a successful joint venture program with academic institutes. And so, of course, the knowledge generated through this, I think, in the form of we'll be protecting about patents, publications, monograms, and technical reports. Because of this thing, multiple institutes and even sometimes foreign institutes and startup industries, this collaborative approach will go a very long way in our basically in the Make in India, and definitely this will enhance the research capacity build up and talent generation in the India, and definitely the output of this through this centers of excellence and the academic interaction, definitely the DRDO is capable of translation into DRDO for the armed forces products by properly observing the technology, and definitely I think this will put a lot of research impact on Make in India program. So basically, in parallelly, what we've done is through AICT we started a specific MTech program in Defense Technology program, MTech in Defense Technology. I think this is being offered at three universities, and I think is open to a lot of other academic institutions also take up, where DRDO will support particularly in the form of online and offline lab experiments, and also the curriculum is jointly worked out with the AICTE, and the dissertation 1 year DRDO will support. I think this is like this. The IIT Hyderabad also started on sensor technology, MTech in sensor technology. That is, I like this. I think we are working out with academic institutes, particularly towards MTech programs or some short-term courses, particularly tuned for DRDO's requirement. And another, as I told, the Technology Development Fund has been kept basically by MOD, Minister of Defense, and with DRDO is the main partner, where this fund being allotted. Particularly here, the basic thing is the labs are the armed forces. They can put their requirement or the problem definition in the form of problem format, where this will be published in openly, and where the academic institutes or the startups or the industries can submit their proposals, and with the empowered committees, this will be the shortlisted academic institutes or the startup companies or the another industry. The project will be awarded. This is up to 10 crores will be funded, and 90% funding happens through the DRDO. In case sometimes it will be 100% funding. So this is what pattern of assistance. As I told, project cost not exceeding 10 crores, up to 9%, 90% will fund, up to some case 100% also. Basically, grant and aid through based on the milestones. I think the payment will be released, and there is a committee which reviews the progress, and the lab will work with academic research institutes to 40% of the total efforts required. In fact, this is how the complete technology development fund basically tuned towards industry, but in certain cases academic institutes also participating. I think this is, I think, a lot of not only DRDO but even the armed forces also doing some problems where the obsolete systems, because of the OEM is not supporting those things, found replacement, that type of things. A lot of things are coming up in this TDF scheme. So another thing is impact researching innovation and technology, basically imprint. Is basically through DST. I think you may be knowing about this thing. Particularly here also the projects, particularly the 50% is for the first phase one. 50% funding is to MHRD and 50% the other scheme, which is also becoming more and more popular next phase. So another thing what DRDO started is basically towards for startups or individuals where we are giving a innovative problems in different areas or problem domains where the startup companies or individuals can give their proposals that will be evaluated, and the first the shortlisted shortlisted proposals will be given awarded, and also in some schemes we are funding for that the proposal also. This is what Dare to Dream contest. In fact, a lot of the lot of very good response we got, and in fact, Dare to Dream 1 and 2 is over already. 3 we are starting it. So that's how I think this is becoming a very big success, and this is being awarded as part of DRDO. The top problems of top 1 to 3 are more selected problems will be given cash prizes, and also some interested, some specific useful for DRDO will be funded also. These are we are to encourage basically to the startup industries or the individuals. And this is how I think we success basically with the help of DRDO over the last couple of decades. A lot of industries, and not only bigger industries like we are a lot of MSMEs also. A lot of ecosystem has been built, and a lot of products we have developed through the industry, and also the DRDO technology has been transferred to industries. And that's how I think in now our concept is we want to bring the industry at a very early stage, so that by the end the project is over, the production agency is identified. That's how I think a lot of industry base is expanding. I want to say that basically our major programs like the integrated